Next is ShadowSense. This is probably my #1 selling product because it's so versatile and so good. So we have a wide range of colors. I'm going to start out with Candlelight ShadowSense and Sandstone Pearl ShadowSense. Now, ShadowSense is a cream to powder shadow. So what that means is it starts out as a cream and then it blends out to a powder. So it sets as a powder. Now, you can use it for, of course, eyeshadow, but you can use it for concealer, for brows, for blush, for contour. You can even put it on your lips. It's probably our most versatile product. So I'm going to start with some Candlelight ShadowSense. If you have darkness or dark circles or blueness around your eyes, this is a must. Candlelight ShadowSense, because it has a peachy undertone. So it's going to cancel out the blueness from your dark circles. Then I'm going to go in with Sandstone Pearl on my lids because I want to give a clean base for my colored ShadowSense, because a tip that I learned, your eyelids are actually a different color than the rest of your face. So if you want your eyeshadow to pop and be more vibrant, start out with a clean base for it to go on. Now I'm also going to use ShadowSense for my brows. I'm using Rustic Brown. We have a wide range of shades that you could use for your brows. We do have a brow product called Brow Sense, but I prefer ShadowSense just because it's so easy and I have plenty of brows, so I just shade them in to match my makeup a little better. The Brow Sense has a little brush where you can actually draw on brow hair, but the ShadowSense is so easy and quick just to fill in your brows with. I'm just using that kind of brush. You could use an angled eyeliner brush if you prefer a more defined brow. Now for ShadowSense, you can totally just use one color and do a really quick sweep of color on your eyelid. So I'll show you that. I'm using Desert Rose ShadowSense. It is in the permanent line. And I just put a little bit of color on my lid and then I'm just going to blend it out. I'm using sort of a fluffy eyeshadow brush. And you want to use windshield wiper motions and just tap and blend back and forth. You do not need to be aggressive with the blending. You do want to be gentle because your eye area is your most delicate area of your face. So I'm blending that out. Now a pro tip, take your color and just run a little bit sort of in your lower lash line and it's gonna just pull it all together. Now if I was in a hurry and wanted to do like just a quick little makeup look to get out the door, I would just take a blush brush, get a little bit of color, put it on my cheeks. Easy, boom, out the door. Now, this is so versatile that I can take this same color and I'm just gonna dab a little bit on my crease. If it's a new tube especially, do start with a very little bit, blend, and then go back for more. It's kind of like when you're cooking and you're adding salt or seasoning. You always start out with less and then you can go back and add more. It's way easier to add more than it is to try to take some out. So start with a little bit, blend, and then if you want to add more, you can. Now, this would be perfectly fine to go out the door, but I like to add a little bit more definition. So I'm going to take a darker color. I actually like to work in trios, typically for eyeshadows. That way you've got some dimension to your eyes. So I work with a medium color that's like my transition color, which is Desert Rose, and then a darker accent or contour color, which I'm going to use French Roast. And then I highlight, you can use matte or shimmer. I prefer shimmer, that I put sort of on the lid towards the inner corner, and I'm going to use Pink Opal Shimmer. So I'm going to start with this French Roast, and I'm trying to find my brush. Sorry. And this is a darker color, so I'm just going to put a couple little dots right there in the outer corner. You can also take color off the wand with your brush if you prefer to do that. And it will, I mean, it'll take you just a couple times because ShadowSense is different than powder eyeshadow, but it doesn't crease. It's water resistant. It has anti-aging ingredients, the Cineplex Complex that speeds cellular renewal by 23%. So once you try it, you are never going to go back to traditional eyeshadow. Now, ShadowSense, oh, you can also use it for eyeliner. So I'm just going to run a little bit in that lower lash line. Now I'm going to use Pink Opal Shimmer just to give a little bit of a highlight. You can totally use your finger also if you're not very confident with your shadow application. See, so simple. I'm just using my finger and tapping it out. Easy peasy. So you can also use this for a highlight also. So ShadowSense, hands down, probably my very top seller because it's so versatile, so beautiful, doesn't crease, it's water resistant, has anti-aging ingredients. So good. I used to wear different kinds of eyeshadow and it would literally be gone by lunchtime. When I would get home in the afternoon, my sister would be like, did you wear makeup today? And I'd be like, yeah, it's just all gone. But this makeup actually stays on until you're ready for it to come off.